Let us spend just a brief time with our readings from the book of Eccles, chapter 47, verse 2 to 11, and Mark's Gospel, chapter 6, from verse 14 to 29. It's a very good pairing of the readings. Both speak of the nature of power and human nature, how they mingle, what they can produce. Ecclesiasticus gives us humans a consolation. David, who committed many cruelty in his life as a warrior, worshipped God, and through his worship, through his prayer life, somehow he managed to get the balance right again in his life. As Ecclesiasticus puts it, the Lord took away his sins and exalted his horn forever, because he placed harps before the altar to make the singing sweeter with their music. He gave the feast their splendor, the festivals their solemn pomp, causing the Lord's holy name to be praised and the sanctuary to resound from dawn. The Lord took away his sins. So we can see how commitment to our heart's vocation, the worship of God, can bring a kind of sustainable harmony in one's life who has power, who lives with power and violence. So it makes the person kind of settled, his life stable, but it's a very fragile equilibrium. Violence, the abuse of power, it can be counterweight only with God's grace. Our second reading, the Gospel, shows King Herod losing this balance. John the Baptist, his prisoner, was executed because the king got drunk, made a silly, stupid, sacrilegious oath to Salome for her dance, and then he was cornered by his own sinful promise, and he had to execute the prophet of prophets. So our second reading shows the disintegration of power, the disintegration of personality. There are hints in the text that our first scenario, David's path, is valid, in terms then when Herod, though he was reproached for his lifestyle and sinful marriage, but still he kept John as a prisoner alive, because he, despite John's criticism, harsh criticism, he liked listening to him, as a sign that for power, the only way to get healed and transformed and reach a healthy equilibrium is reconnecting with God's creative and healing words. And we can see what's going on in the world, in the politics of our own countries, when there is only human judgment, the judgment of the opponent of a politician or political party, the judgment of the crowd. This creates chaos, more and more chaos. It creates violence, division, and the disintegration of societal life, the social structure, the disintegration, the falling apart of the community. It shakes community cohesion. But when we recognize, as David did, that God is the ultimate and daily judge of our affairs, then we can regain a sustainable life in community and politics, and we are given the chance to heal the wounds what our own self-generated violence has caused. So let us receive today's Holy Communion, and let us receive today's breaking of the Word of God as an invitation to restore the balance and remove as much as possible the imbalances from our life, love and prayer life.